Good morning, you join me here in the Jaguar XJ40. We're on our way up to the garage to go and collect XJ-S, but I thought I'd just stop off just quickly and share with you some of the work that's likely to need to be taken place against the XJ40. First of all, it's due its general service. This will probably just be an oil and filter change, possibly spark plugs, and just other general servicing. The other point to note is that I noticed the coolant hoses, they're getting quite old, so we'll probably need a new set of coolant hoses on the AJ6 engine. I've also noticed that there's some corrosion on the inner wing, just on the near side in the engine bay. That may need some attention. I don't think it's particularly structural, but it will probably need to be sorted out before it spreads too far and does become structural. I've also noted that the bonnet insulation, and I'll try and put some footage in just now, showing that the bonnet insulation has come quite loose from the bonnet, so that will probably need to be tacked in or replaced. Similarly, given this car's been laid up for probably 6 months plus, I did notice that the wheel arches, some of them are looking a little bit scabby. Now we may be able to get away with just some wax all around there, but otherwise they may need to be sanded down, repainted and re-lacquered to make sure that they don't spread, because once the rust takes hold on the wings, then yeah, it's quite difficult. And with parts availability, new wings and so on and so forth aren't really that common and easy to get hold of. The other point to note is that on the front of the car, on the front bumper section, there's some blemishes on the, I think it may be polished steel, possibly chrome, I'm not too sure, but there's a few blemishes on there, so we need to see what we can do. Again, it may be a replacement section, or it may actually just be some repair. Finally, I'll put some footage in here as well. The wheels are looking a bit scabby. It looks like the water's got underneath of them where they've been jet washed, so that makes it a little bit challenging. I suspect what they may need to be is blasted to remove all of the finish, taken back, recut, and then refinished and properly powder coated to bring the finish up just to how we like it. Aircon gas, the aircon system on this is a little bit leaky. It only needs to be done maybe once a season. Sometimes you get away with it every other year. It is on RS134A, so it's not a rare gas like RS12 or something like that found on the older systems. Finally, the rear axle. Yeah, there's quite a lot of bumps, clonks, bangs and crashes coming from that. I'm not sure whether that could be some of the A bushes or the bushes around the shock absorbers, or whether it's something a little bit more fundamental to do with the independent rear suspension setup. But we'll have a look and we'll have a poke around that as well. So that's where we are at the moment. I'm probably going to need to have a conversation with the garage, simply because that's quite a list, and I worry, being perfectly honest and candid, as to whether that could dramatically exceed the value of the car as it stands at the moment. Hopefully not, but you never know. So let's crack on and get to the garage. So we're just coming up to the M1. Quite busy traffic. Car's doing quite well, temperature and oil pressure's looking good. See if we get on this roundabout. It's very busy today. Here we go. Despite the big shopping list of things to do, she still drives quite well. Tyres are pretty good condition, they're not too hard from storage. The engine's performing pretty well, and if I just yeah, that's actually probably quicker than the S-Type that we had some months ago, in fairness, which is not bad for a 29-year-old car. So we're just arriving at the garage. Probably a few moments changing over equipment, changing things between the car, and then hopefully in a short while we'll be heading back home. But this time we'll be heading back home in the V12 XJ-S, so a slightly different driving experience. Let's see how we get on. So we're back in the XJ-S. Not too much done this time round at the garage. A new cooling fan at the front to replace the yellow cracked faded fan. There's always a risk of those cracked ones exploding and embedding themselves into one's radiator, so that was absolutely key to being replaced. Otherwise, just some basic servicing, so not too much going on. Car's running really well. It's quite busy. No fun today. M1's looking really busy. See if we can move across. Well, quick update on the way home. We're just come off the M1 onto the A14 and we've driven into an almighty traffic jam. I understand there's a problem further down on the M1, so pretty much most of the traffic that would have come down the M1 is now coming down the A14. So we're stuck in a bit of a traffic jam. Quite good progress made otherwise. Pretty reasonable speeds done on the M1. But now we're going to have quite a long slog home, I think. We're on the A14 to pretty much all the way home. Car's fully up to temperature, as you'd expect after a fast run on the M1. Should be fine in the traffic. Just going to be quite a lot of clutch work, manual transmission, so one of the few occasions where you probably prefer to have automatic when there's heavy traffic, but we'll manage. Just a lot of traffic at the moment, an awful lot of traffic.